Hotep. Hotep means peace in the ancient Kemetic language, and Mwalimu is teacher in Kiswahili and is the equivalent of professor in English. My name is Mwalimu Melody Masheri Van Putten, and this is Mwalimu Dropping the Knowledge. In what will be another powerful episode providing knowledge and connection, this episode's discussion concerns progressive spiritual freedom fighter movements. As an African people, spirituality and our relationship with the divine has existed since the beginning of time. African philosophy is essentially centered in the area of values and morality vis-a-vis religion and spirituality as it relates to the supreme being, also known as God. Africans always knew God and possessed a deep spiritual respect for the connections between spirit and material worlds. That relationship is revealed in the character of traditional African daily living, beliefs, and ritual practices found in numerous ethnic groups throughout the continent of Africa. To quote the father of Black nationalism, Martin Delany, the most striking character of ancient Africans was their purity of morals and religion. Their high conception and reverence of deity was manifested and acknowledged in everything they did. Accordingly, ancient African religions and philosophy have extensive explanations for the character of God and the acts of creation, the elements, mankind, good and evil, as well as directives for right conduct and ethical living between individuals, families, communities, and the state. Those explanations can be found in various sacred texts, including the Book of Coming Forth by Day, also known as the Book of the Dead, the Hosea, and the Odu Ife, amongst others. Arguably, the most spiritual people on the planet, African people could not survive the nearly unsurvivable horrors of enslavement if our ancestors did not have an unshakable connection to the Creator. Imagine, if you will, lying on the cold, dank, hard floorboards in the dark belly of a slave ship, having been brutally kidnapped, tortured, branded, chained, and shoved on a ship going who knows where. We called out to our God in a plethora of tongues, praying for a release of what was hell on earth, deposited on the islands of the Caribbean, Bermuda, North, South, and Central America as beasts of burden. We survived, deeply holding on to the divine presence under unspeakable circumstances, under excruciating pain. How did we do it? It's a question that is mind-boggling. How did our ancestors summon the strength, fortitude, and determination to still live? Feels unknowable, perhaps unanswerable. What we know for sure is that our ancestors did not will themselves to die. They willed themselves to survive. And we would not be here on the planet today if they had not. Certainly, a lesser people would have and did die out. But we are still here, poetically speaking. In the beginning, Creator God fashioned us from fertile earth magnificently, the splendor obvious in luscious lips and full hips, in skin tones rich, blue, black, chocolate, ebony, brown, cinnamon, brandy, nutmeg, glistening, and sun-kissed. We were endowed with brilliance, genius, creating, building, inventing, envisioning, inspiring God's first people, us. And we were chosen to establish world civilization, from agriculture to the arts, science to pyramids, global exploration, migration, population. Humanity began with us. We are still God's chosen, despite being dragged across the ocean, enslaved, denigrated, raped, murdered, and our motherland pillaged of its bountiful resources cruelly, without mercy. The indisputable fact is that we are still here. Our ancestors surviving the unsurvivable is empirical evidence of a deep resilience, a people who give and forgive, a people who still create, build, envision, and inspire. Let us be reminded of our greatness, our connectedness from the continent to the diaspora, our ancient will to survive, to pursue, thrive. No doubt, God lives in us, and we in a God indestructible, beautiful, unknowable, yet embedded in the fiber of our very being. Let us remember and know, give thanks and do praise, then continue the work to build, create, heal, and inspire our children, our people, and our world yet again. The ancestors are waiting. Their spirits and examples of overcoming, coming over, overcoming, coming over, overcoming despite obstacles, odds, and obstructions are with us still. Flowing in, flowing out, flowing through, and all around us. Breathe and know. Feel and embrace. Learn and teach. Be inspired by African ancestors of ancient times. We'll be right back.